Receiving on behalf of her great-grandmother is Amara Stevens and her grandson, Matthew Stevens. So you stand right here, then they can see you.
They said there would be no speaking today, so I wasn't ready for anything, but so I just kind of sat there and thought about some things, you know, that are really important to me. My grandmother was 75 years old when she decided she wanted to raise me. So she took me into her home, and you know, she was already 75. And if you can think about that, and I was only a 3-year-old boy, you know, she never really seemed too old at all to me. She's just so amazing. I can tell you, so I started thinking about these stories, because I remember when I was Amara's age, and you know, I'd get sick. And I remember one time I got really sick, you know, and we lived in Fairbanks in the city, and my grandmother, I never went to the hospital ever. I mean, I can't remember ever being in the hospital as a kid, no matter what was going on. I remember this one time, though, that really stuck out because I was really sick. My grandmother, she made sure I went with her. She got me dressed. I was about 3 or 4 years old. And then she took me on a walk, you know. She took me on a walk out to, I don't know if anybody knows Birch Park, but Denali Woods, if you can remember that. She walked me through Denali Woods, and as we were going, she was picking out little things, you know, grabbing little things, and I don't know exactly what she was doing. She never really showed me, but she was making medicine and different things like that for me. I just thought that was special. I never really shared that with anybody. You know, that's just something I've always thought about. And that's just one small thing. You know, she was 102 years old when she passed. And my great-grandma was 103 when she passed. You know, so there's a lot of longevity. You know, the biggest thing is she's just such a wonderful mother. I mean, I didn't even know she was a leader until much later in my life. I remember as a child, the Doyon presidents, Tanana Chiefs Conference presidents, board members, all these people would be coming to my house all the time and asking my grandmother questions, getting counsel from her. What should I do, this and that? And they'd have long discussions, you know. And I'd just sit there, you know, as a kid. And I didn't know how important she was, you know, because she was just my grandma, you know, to me. So, and throughout, you know, and my daughter here, you know, she got the privilege to meet her, you know, and just be a part of her life. And she calls her Sitsu Cho, which means great-grandmother in my language. And I just wanted to share a few stories. And one other thing, I do know one Alaska Native pilot, or one other Alaska Native woman pilot, but I have no doubt that she'll be on this stage someday. So, thank you.